So this comment here says, try caring for your dying father, losing 2 family members in a very short span of time, caring for your dog with multiple seizures a day post-brain surgery, and look fresh, rested, and healthy. Well, that's a lot to go through, and I don't think anyone's going to look fresh, rested, and healthy going through that. But it's very clear that this diet is not providing sustenance. I'm not vegan, but I hope karma gets all of you judging her appearance so happily. Okay, I don't know who was judging her appearance in a happy manner. Who would be happy about this? This is actually is. There was another comment that I replied to saying, "Oh, how nice your fake concern." I don't know that I expressed concern for FullyRawKristina, and that may sound heartless and insensitive, but I don't know that I expressed concern for her. There is a certain point where someone is, they're concerning, and then it gets to a threshold where it's like, "Oh, I'm just so sad, I'm so sick, but here's me working out in my bikini, in my sauna, and here's my body, here's my body, here's my body." It turns into this is Ed, and Eddie, and look at what I've achieved. And for me, the concern is no longer there. I mean, I think it was there maybe at one point, but it ain't there no more. I'm sorry. But she doesn't need my concern, right? I don't think she really needs much from anyone else. She's FullyRawKristina. She got it, right? Well, according to some of the other comments defending her, but this one, yeah, I don't think we should judge her appearance happily. I'm judging it in a very neutral, this is just honestly what I'm visually seeing. And that's the way that it is. And it's not like she was looking one way and then she just made this huge leap to something else. She's been gradually progressing towards this. So it's just kind of just on the track that has been on for a long time. And somebody else made a comment expressing that, like, yeah, this is the direction she was going anyway. Already. Previously. For years now. Okay? So anyway, let me look for another comment that I wanted to show you. There were actually a couple comments about a bracelet that she's wearing, a red bracelet. And someone else said that it meant, I don't know if I can even show the comment on the screen. This person just wrote, if you know, you know. But someone else said that it meant back in the day that Ed, and Eddie. That's what it meant. It meant Ed, and Eddie. It meant the Rex, I think. Or some type of Ed, and Eddie. They would wear a red bracelet. I don't know if she's been wearing, I didn't even notice a bracelet in this video. I didn't really notice. And how long she's been sporting it, I really don't know. I haven't been paying attention. But would that surprise me at this point? Absolutely not. If it was true, I'm not going to say explicitly what the bracelet is supposed to mean, but you should be able to pick up on what I'm saying without me explicitly saying it. Would it surprise me? Absolutely, positively not. Okay, and the next batch of comments, or the last that I'm going to reply to in this video, is actually like a thread of comments from this individual, and I'm recording this on a different recorder, so hopefully the audio sounds the same. But this person asked, you ask why she does her job in all caps. Now, when I asked why in the video, this person is pretending they don't understand, this faceless cat lover, whoever. I'm asking, why in the world must FullyRawKristina be so fake and performative? Now, you didn't say she's not being fake. That's authentically how she feels. No, you're just saying why she does her job. So her job is for her to be fake and performative. If that is her job, being that this is her social media channel, it's because she makes herself do that. First is that she has sponsorship contracts with companies that require weekly, bi-weekly uploads to get paid. In all caps. That's why I said paid so hard. Second, let's look up 9 acres in Hawaii near the water. This is just land costs. It is not included the house. Big Island, 500,000 to 2 million. 2.5 million. Maui, 4 million, 12 million. Oahu, 8 million, 20 million. And here is her range. Developed estates. Well, I don't know why they're doing all this. I really don't know why they're doing all this. It's very, very creepy. But okay, here is her range. Developed estates, 15 million, 50 million. Then we must add the monthly maintenance bills, then property taxes anywhere on 15 to 50 million dollar. That is why she works. I didn't ask why she works. I asked why she got to be so daggone fake. And this is not a new thing. She doesn't know how to. It was a rhetorical question because she doesn't know how to not be fake on camera. She doesn't know how to not do that. She's been doing this forever, so it's proven that she doesn't know how to not be fake, no matter how dire the situation. No matter, oh, her pet is having seizures. This person died. That person died. The entire apocalypse could annihilate every single person on the world except for Nama Joseph, FullyRawKristina, and Sun Warrior, and she would still be acting the exact same, because she decided that she wants to be that fake. It's not about why she's up there making her videos, it's about why she's acting so fake. All Maui, Big Island, all this could be taken out in a volcano, and she would still do the exact same behaviors because it's fake. And it's not just about her making the video for the 15th time. It's about why must she be performative in that way. I don't understand it. I don't know that anyone can necessarily explain it. I don't know that there's too many other people out here like that. Even the fakest of fakest people. Sometimes when something real happens, you might see a video where a little realness comes through, or you might see their demeanor change somewhat when they're doing certain things that they've done a million times. It's going to change a little bit because of their situation or whatever they are going through. But for FullyRawKristina, it's not. She literally just physically looks sick and then she acts the exact same. So I can ask you why is that a million times, but you're gonna say, well, it's her job, $15 million. Okay, yeah, that explains it. Um, yeah, I told them you can pretend not to understand the question. They're coming back and forth, back and forth. She has real adult responsibilities, a 9-acre Hawaiian ranch, and all that. She makes millions of dollars selling litters. Look, your guess is as good as mine. We don't know how many ebooks she sells, how many. I don't know if she coaches people, not resorts. What does she do? Retreats. I don't know what the ins and outs of her finances. Making millions upon millions, like I could see that happening sometimes, but repeatedly over and over and over again with this, I don't know. But she has her sponsorships with the Nama and the whatever else she got, Sun Warrior. Uh, yeah, she doesn't look well at all. She looks very sickly. I'm pretty sure that I remember from a long time ago. She already comes from a very wealthy family. She got into YouTube in its heyday, plus sponsorships. Your implications are kind of ridiculous. Yes, she's made plenty of money. At what cost? And also, the money she's making is based on peddling lies to young girls and women. Yeah, she most likely purchased a property years ago before real estate blew up to become unaffordable. I mean, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't really know. Um, I don't know. I thought Hawaii was always expensive, but okay. Most people here, including myself, cannot imagine what it would take to purchase, let alone maintain a place like she has. It requires income, millions to purchase and millions to maintain over the years. 9 acres anywhere is a job. She lives in the jungle and grows all her food. Work all day. Now I can tell where they're trying to make people feel like, oh wow, oh my gosh, we just have to look up to her because she's wow, like that's just so amazing. And I can tell that maybe that's probably how FullyRawKristina feels as well. Like if you look like you're working yourself literally to down to the bone marrow, it's like, oh wow, we're applauding. Like I don't applaud that. I never really have. Maybe some people do. I remember distinctly one time someone praising someone for being like, oh yeah, they work full time, they go to school full time, and they got another full time job. Like the person was literally sleeping like a couple hours a day, and like people like that, like they look up to that or they think that's so great. I think that's terrible. That's terrible. I look more up to the person that's just doing that's happy and content and looking alive and healthy. But clearly for this person, it's like her Hollywood. I'm not Hollywood, Hawaii. Look at the property values. Like it's like okay, that's clearly what you value in life. But when you look like you're literally being worked into dust and mummification, are you going to put that in your sarcophagus with you? Like, is that coming with you? I don't see it. I don't see it as valuable as they do. But some people do put high value on these material things that, and like, let's be real, like half a century, somebody else is going to own it, not her. It, how old is Fully Christina? 50, not 50 years from now, plus her almost 40. If she's making that far, I'm just looking at her. It's literally like in the year 2060, 2070, 2080. I don't know. I said 2060. Maybe that's too soon. It feels even more insensitive. But I'm just saying, like, it's not gonna. I'm just saying, okay. Like, what is it for? What is it for? And they wrote, "Yep, she's so unwell. She's living a life of paradise." I mean, she's living a life of paradise, and 9 acres is a job. She lives in the jungle, grows all her food, work all day, right? In all caps. But then you're saying she's living a life of paradise. Now, a life of paradise would be that's your idea of paradise is work in all caps all day in all caps. She's working hard, right? She has to work. That's her job. She's working hard, and then she's living in paradise. She lives. she's living a life of paradise. Not at least she's living in paradise. Now you can say, oh, she's working herself to the bone, but she's at least she's living in quote unquote paradise. But you're saying she's living a life of paradise. Now maybe that sounds like a life of paradise to you. A life of paradise would be, there is this lady on YouTube named FullyRawKristina. She's 39 years old, but everybody thinks she's like in her 20s. And she just looks so good. She's having a hard time right now, so maybe she looks a little, tired, but she still looks pretty good considering everything. Like that's really a testament to how good her lifestyle is. And she's, most of the time she seems pretty leisurely. She sleeps well. Somebody brought up her insomnia. She just looks like she lives a very luxurious life, but she's still like kind and caring to others and understanding and down to earth. Like that would be a person that you look at and she's getting a lot of obvious, residuals. But no, you're saying she's working hard for that money. She got work. It's like but she's living a life of paradise. How is that a life of paradise? Now, maybe your idea of paradise, living a life of paradise at that, is working hard all day. Maybe that's your idea of it, but it's kind of like they would have it both ways. Like, no, she's working hard. You don't understand. She's working hard. She's working, but she's living in a life of paradise. It's like, okay, maybe that's your idea. They said, while you turn on a fan and need a new space heater. Now, I don't know whether I've ever mentioned a space heater here. I don't have baseboard heat for a living. I know baseboard heat is outdated, but like, I don't know what they're talking about. A space heater and turning on a fan. Yeah, I'm going to turn on a fan. Having a fan right now. Anytime that it's, because it's 76 degrees outside, so it's not like hot, but it's not, just sit in the house at 76 degrees. It's fan weather. I did have on the air conditioner the last few days because it was like 100 degrees. It was literally like 100 degrees. So I'm going to turn on the air conditioner for that, but I'm not going to turn it on right now because it's going to be cold and I don't want to have to get under a blanket. But vegans are extremely, extremely elitist and vegan defenders. Just give it a minute and it will come out. Okay, just give it a minute and it will come out because you turn on a fan. I guess a fan is like seen as like a low life, like poverty thing to turn on a fan. You never know with these people. But yeah, I'm gonna turn on that daggone fan. I'm not gonna turn on the air conditioner right now. Why would I turn on the air conditioner right now? It's not like hot. It's like cloudy and it's 76 degrees. It's like comfortable with a little breeze in the house. Anyway, kids, nope. Is this supposed to be an attack on me? Kids, nope. Like the homeowner, they put nope because I guess they know your entire life. Pushing 40 in an meaningful relationship, nope. But did they realize that? I mean, what are you asking these questions for? So you say, see, look, you don't have this, you don't have this, you don't have this, but don't you? Is saying nope to any of these questions, do you view that as like a bad thing or a negative thing? Like, what if you went and asked FullyRawKristina these questions? Like, would she be like, yes to all of them? I don't know. They wrote living with your parents and working a meaningless job. Check. But I mean, I'm just wondering about the questions because does FullyRawKristina have kids? Is she like secretly hiding her newest cash? Like, does she own her property? Is she still paying on a mortgage? I mean, we don't really know. But I guess you can ask her that. Go start a family and see how much free time you have to hate total strangers. Uh, or you could go out and work to death on your own farm, I guess, like FullyRawKristina. I guess that's also an alternative that they think is good. Instead of a loving relationship, you have hating on total strangers. Your 40s are looking bright. Well, at least I would go into my 40s, hopefully looking like I'm in my 40s. My 40s are 2 years away or like a year. Yeah, like 2 years away. I turned 38 in March, but a year and some change away, I will be in my 40s. And FullyRawKristina's 40s is probably like a year away. Is it looking bright? Is it looking like she's going to bounce back from this quote unquote grieving and this stuff? Because I think this is Ed, and Eddie, and the Rex. And that typically a lot of people don't recover from that without any type of treatment. She's not going to get any treatment because you don't think there's anything wrong with her. They're right. You're saying the ends justify the means. They wrote, when you own a property like that and the mortgage company and property tax man don't give you a single ounce of care. Okay, so you're asking all these questions. It seems like FullyRawKristina, you're saying that she does not a homeowner. You're not really the owner yet if you didn't pay off the mortgage. In my opinion, you're working towards ownership, or maybe people consider people to be homeowners when they sign on a mortgage. I don't know. They want their money. Kristina can't stop working. But she's living a life of paradise. She can't stop working. Someone that's living a life of paradise can take some time off, in my opinion, and still get some residuals of some kind. What happens once a person can pay their mortgage or property taxes? They take your home from you. That sounds deeply stressful, profoundly stressful. People that are living a life of paradise, in my opinion, to me, that I don't understand VD to understand that she doesn't strive for any real adult lifestyle. Owning a home in itself is a huge responsibility, let alone a 9-acre ranch that costs hundreds of thousands a year just to keep up. Go low and say her place is lesser in a 15 to 50 million Google property Taxes on $15 million properties is astronomical. Mortgage payment, insurance, simple maintenance could cost her approximately $200,000 a year. Most of us pay rent. We have no idea. And then, saying she can't stop working out. Outright, like, saying she can't stop working. We're not talking about full on retirement, right? But if you're living in a life where you literally can't stop working, this is different now because nowadays things are really, the economy is bad, 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 bad. Okay. A lot of people can't stop working. Nobody can stop working, even if their lives are cheaper, even if their rent is 1,200. A lot of people just can't stop working right now. They just can't, right? But in a situation like this, where things are millions and millions, and it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to maintain just the property taxes and all this stuff, it's, to me, almost sounding like you can't really afford it, or you're barely making it. And that's how a lot of people's lives are right now. So her life is no different than anyone else's right now. It's just that she decided to go to this astronomical scale. She's basically just making it like the rest of us. It's just that she got to work herself to the bone in order to maintain that and be fake on camera for that, because she decided that's who and what she wants to be. Okay, let's scroll down. It's her choice to put herself under that much financial pressure in order to impress other people. Yeah, it's like, what is the reason for this? Because wasn't she growing her own food in like Texas and stuff? Like, what is the reason for this? Was it to have this property to say I live in Hawaii, where she used to pronounce it like that? A lot of it is showing off, and I understand that that's how things are now with the social media, with the life. You have people feel like they have to show off. Like, I don't feel like that at all. Like, not even a little tiny, 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 tiny bit. I really don't feel the need to show off anything. Not that there's anything to really even show off, but I'm just saying, I don't feel the need to do that. But some people do, and they feel like we have to at least, show something to show that we got something. And that's how they feel inside. And especially with the social media, they just pop on their YouTube channel. Yeah. She's not helping anyone. FullyRawKristina is not helping anyone, not even herself. What they've taken away from the video is that everyone's mocking Kristina for making videos in order to pay her property. If anything, I would be mocking it would be her big eyes while she eats the goat food and waving all around and stuff. That's just completely ridiculous and fake. But it is quite sad, because you know where it's coming from. It's coming from an Ed and Eddie Rexica mindset. She's a rectic, and that makes it actually rather alarming that this lady, and all her quote unquote accomplishments that you want to say, she's gotten all this, she's just doing so great. This lady needs to go somewhere where they can take care of her and help rebuild her, a clinic of some kind that handles Ed and Eddie. But she can't do that. You're saying even if she needed that, she couldn't do it. She can't take time off work, because everything's gonna fall apart. She's gonna lose everything if she don't work. And I'm not saying that to like point at her, because I gotta do the same thing. I gotta work. Everybody gotta work. Everyone, pretty much. So it's not easy for anyone right now. But she's very, very unwell, but she can't go and get well. She can't even go and be treated for anything. But she is likely to have some type of a health catastrophe or health collapse at some point. Could be soon, could be weeks from now. If she doesn't start to regain, it's going to happen. It's unavoidable. And then what will happen? She will have to be hospitalized. She will have to go into some type of treatment. And then what's going to happen? How is she going to work and pay all her stuff that she got to pay? It's not like that can go on forever. There are people out there that have worked, and you can look at them and see that they're just done. They need time off. But they got to keep going hard. They got to keep going hard, because otherwise they feel like, okay, I'm going to lose everything. I got to take care of this stuff. I got to pay these bills. And then guess what? They wake up dead. Yeah, they didn't wake up dead. Wake up dead is a saying that don't make any sense, but people still say it. They find them unresponsive. They've worked themselves to the bone. It's not like looking at FullyRawKristina in her current state, she can't just keep going on and on and on. She got to work hard. She got to pay her bills. They're going to take her house. She got to keep working hard. And you look at her and she's down to the bone marrow. That just doesn't continue on and on. And we've already seen that from other people that don't even look that unwell. They look okay. They look tired, but then they find them in their bed cold. And you find out they haven't taken a day off in about 3,000 days. You think she can keep going like that? That means she's in a situation that she cannot win. She cannot overcome, unless even on her raw stuff she's doing, she starts to rebuild, like I said, and I'm not saying that she could never gain it, anything on her raw lifestyle, but she will have to do something at this point. She can't keep going down this trajectory. Don't you understand that? Don't you care about that? You think she can keep going like this? She cannot. Okay, and she has that Rex. So on top of that, she's probably afraid and terrified of eating a certain of I gotta be so careful, y'all. She was afraid of accumulating anything on her person at this point, but she's gonna keep working. And I don't really see making a video and cucumber noodles and acting fake on camera as some huge thing. And it's not like she got to be out there on her property all day, every day, back-breaking labor. She can't physically do that. We can clearly see that. I think you're overestimating the amount of physical input that she's doing in her daily life. She probably got people out there working on her property as well, and she got to pay them. But I'm just saying, okay, they were explaining capitalizing every 15th word. They capitalized work every day or all day or something like that. Anyway, yeah, taxes and bills. That's why all these people got to be scammers and terrible people. A life of paradise where she complains of insomnia and has to ask her followers for a donation to pay for her dog's treatment. I'll stick to my little slice of paradise, thanks. At least I'm not selling snake oil so I can sleep soundly at night. A belly full of homegrown beef for the lamb. Like, I wasn't going to bring up the thing asking for donations for her dog. I wasn't going to bring it up, but this person decided, Old Road Farm decided to bring it up. Yes, FullyRawKristina was asking for donations for her dog because her dog needed brain surgery. Let me actually read what the person had to say in reply. I don't want this video to be too long though. It's already getting long. Yes, a 9-acre ranch on the beach in Hawaii is paradise. It is a paradise unless look, if someone said you want this beautiful 9 acres in Hawaii, first of all, I don't want to live in Hawaii. I don't think I want to do that because I heard that the Hawaiians and Native Hawaiians don't really want all the people out there up in their space and in their place. So unless they personally said, hey, Shari, we want you to come to Hawaii, even though we can look at you, see you ain't no damn Native Hawaiian, we gonna look at you weird. Like, I'm not saying the Native Hawaiians look at the foreigners or the people that's coming into their island weird, but I'm just saying, like, clearly you're gonna be a foreigner. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. I feel like if even one person, I can't do that here in America. I never heard the Native Americans say they want all the black people to leave, but I'm just saying, like, I can't help my situation where I live, but if someone said you want to go to Hawaii, unless it's an invitation extended to me from the Native Hawaiians, and I heard they're out there and they're not happy about all these people coming in and basically colonizing. If they say, "Sure, we Hawaiians, we Native Hawaiians want you to come here and we want to give this to you," then okay, I'm scared of wildfires and volcanoes and all that stuff, but thank you. Maybe I'll come sometimes. But if they said, we want you to come out here and work every day on the property. You can have the property. If you can have it, you can have it. Thank you for the offer. But if you're telling me I got to go out there and work on the land, absolutely not. I volunteered on a farm one time in my life, an organic farm, one time. And people that are working on farms, they deserve the highest praises and the highest pay because I literally felt like a slave. I literally felt like a slave. And I'm not just saying that to be saying that. I literally felt like I was in slavery times. It wasn't even that hard. It was just the sun was just beating down. I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. A 9-acre ranch on the beach is paradise. A place can be paradise, but as soon as someone throws out, you have to work the land and stuff, that ain't paradise no more. That's slavery. I don't care how beautiful it is. I'm not doing that. I'm not saying that people that work on farms and stuff are slaves. I'm just saying they work hard and they need to get paid a lot of money for what they do, which would raise all our food prices. But I just like to deserve it because that is a lot of work, especially organically, like out in the sun, and you got to do stuff and pull all the weeds by hand instead of using all the pesticides. It was just hard, y'all. It was just hard, and I would never do it again, ever. And it just gave me an appreciation for people that actually do that. So that's not paradise when you have to go and work on it. Okay, a beach and a beautiful place can be paradise, but as soon as someone says you got to go out there and work on that area, it's no longer paradise. It loses the beauty to me when you have to go out there and do physical manual labor on it. Anyway, there were insomnia happens to the best of us. Okay, sure. And donations for a dog is not normal. This channel e-begs in every video. I don't know that I e-beg in every video, but if you want to donate, I do have a buy me a coffee. I'll link it down below. But what else did they wrote? 96% of channels have donations open. Okay, you're talking about people donating versus someone asking for donations for a specific purpose. People aren't just donating to FullyRawKristina. She's asked for donations so that she can take care of her dog. But that following behind millions and millions and millions and millions and hundreds of thousands, it's like this person, without knowing it, they're saying she's operating on a very slim margin. just like a lot of people. So she's not really any different from anyone else. It's just that she got it on a bigger scale than a lot of other people, which doesn't sound enjoyable once you realize that the stresses are the exact same. In fact, probably even worse, because then you have to get on camera and be fake as your job. She's a farmer. She grows 80% of her food. Wait, they wrote it's how the ranch operates. But you care what she eats. Strange. Wake up every day and easily attainable meat and care about what someone else. Yeah, easily attainable. That's part of being a human. Humans have always wanted things to be more easily attainable. They've always wanted things to be more convenient and always wanted to be more physically comfortable. Stop acting like trying to make people feel guilty for that. They're talking about Bonnie Blue. Google results for her property. They keep bringing up her property. Million, 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 million. I'm not impressed by somebody that's a millionaire property wise when they have to work like this person wrote all day. We're not saying that anything that this person is saying is true. This is just all their assumptions about Kristina. And they have to seek donations to take care of a surgery for their dog. Like a regular person that's humble, down to earth, asking for donations for their dog, okay, but and I'm not saying Kristina is not. She doesn't act like someone that's bragging, 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 but this person here is bragging on her. So I'm talking about this person's arguments, not Kristina herself. All this millions in all caps doesn't make any sense when your dog needs a surgery that costs thousands, maybe a few tens of thousands, and it's not easy to just make it happen. When you write millions in all caps, like what does that really even mean? What does that really mean? Just her water bill a month must be in the thousands. Clearly, you and VD have no idea why a YouTuber will continue to work. Okay. Anyway, so we've already established they don't understand why we're asking why must she be so fake? Why must she make all these weird faces? Why must she over exaggerate when and then people come behind, oh, she's just grieving. You know, what does that mean? Why does she look the way she does?